Hello everybody, Miguel here from Unique Web Designer, and in this video we are going to discuss how to update your WordPress plugins. And this is a question that I get asked a lot, especially by new clients. When they come to me, they want to redesign, and sometimes they go to the back end of their WordPress website and they see that there's a bunch of plugins that haven't been updated, so they're concerned and they're like, hey Miguel, should I update it? How should I update it? And what can you do for me? So what I'm going to do is just show you guys the back end of a WordPress website. I'm going to use ours as the sample, and I'm going to show you how to update your plugins. And one thing to keep in mind, like the way we do it, when we create a website, and if we have to use like a lot of plugins, or even if it's just one or two, we always set them up to automatically update. That way our clients have the latest update on all of their plugins and on their WordPress platform. But a lot of companies, they don't do that because they fear that there may be a problem with the future update and so on. And I fully understand that. But I just like to do the automatic updates. That way the client, if they go into the back end of their system, they're not seeing this red thing saying, hey, you need to update, you need to update, you need to update. So I'm just going to show you here on our website. So I'm gonna go ahead and go to the WP admin. So I'm just gonna go ahead and log into the back end of our website, and it's already in there. Okay, and what you'll see here, if you look carefully, over here you see ours, we have one update that needs to be done. And right here it says comments. That's just most of them are spam. It's just people that go to our blog, they see that they can leave a comment, and then we get bombarded with spam because our blog has a lot of traffic. So most of it is just basically people trying to get backlinks, but you don't have to worry about that. Normally, if you're new, you're not gonna have legitimate comments. But we're not gonna look at that right now. We're just gonna look at the updates. So the way the WordPress backend functions is, if you see this right here and it says update, that just means you have something that needs to be updated. And right here, it's telling me what they want updated. So the site kit by Google, that's the only piece of software that isn't fully updated. And I'll show you. So if you just click select all, if you had a list, you can just click select all, but I'm just gonna click here, and then you hit update plugins. And what that's gonna do, that's gonna download the update automatically, and then it's going to install. So right there is saying the update process is starting. This process may take a while, so be patient. And then right here is just saying site kit by Google update successfully. So updated successfully. Now here's where, if you want to see all of the plugins that you have on your website, you can come here where it says plugins, and then right here you can see all of the plugins. And as you can see right here, you see how it says enable auto updates. So we have all the auto updates enabled. Now this plugin we're not using anymore, so that's why you see it says deactivated. This one we use, so it's we don't use actually. I'm gonna show you one. So like Divi Carousel, we actually use this plugin, and as you can see, the option that it gives you is to deactivate it. That means the plugin is active. Any plugin that shows this active, that means it's not active. And if your website is running okay and you just want to go ahead and clean it up a little bit, you can just delete any plugin that you see that's not active, so long as your website is running fine. Because and I say this because sometimes people delete a plugin that's been disabled temporarily by their web design company because they're testing something. So it's always good, you know, if you know your website is running fine and you don't have anybody working on it, if you see a plugin that is not active, that you don't need, then just delete it. This one, we were just testing it. Page speed booster is basically to have your website run faster, and that's the only reason why it's there. And so we're just testing it to see if it's something that we want to start using on our other websites as well as on our clients' websites. So this is just something that we're testing. And as you can see, all the ones that are active, you see, they say disable auto updates. In other words, all of them are set to update automatically, and that's what I recommend. If you have a lot of things on your website, you may run into the problem of where it may, like, if you have too many plugins, it may bog it down. But normally, if you're, like a service-based business, you're not going to need that many plugins, so you're not gonna have a problem. You may have like 5 to 10 plugins here, and you just auto update every single one, and you should be good to go. You won't see that red icon that I saw when I came up in our system. And if you'll see, like the one that wanted to be updated, this is this one, and you see I didn't enable the auto update, so I'm just gonna go ahead and enable it. And the reason why it wasn't enabled, it's actually because this is a plugin that we just installed about 2 weeks ago, and I wanted just to see the information that Google puts out, and it's basically about traffic and so on. So I wanted to test it out just to make sure that there was no conflicts with any other plugins. And now that obviously everything is running fine, I just enabled it. So anyways, if you ever see that where you need to update something, just go ahead and update it. And one thing, if something goes bad, you can always just restore your website to one of the backups that you have before you did the update. So you shouldn't run into any problems. And like I said, if you do, you can just restore it to, like, say yesterday. If you have a backup for yesterday, if your backup is from a week ago, you can just restore it to a week ago. So you don't need to be afraid of updating your plugins. It's actually better to always have your plugins updated in your WordPress. So WordPress, definitely you want it to be updated to the latest version, because what happens is if your plugins are not updated and your WordPress software, the platform that is used to build your website, is not updated, a lot of times you have conflicts. It's kind of like when, I don't know if you guys remember, like when Windows used to put out an update every year or every 2 years, that were like major updates. And if you didn't update for whatever reason, a lot of the new like games or a lot of the new applications or whatnot would not work. That can happen on your website if you don't update your WordPress or if you don't update your plugins. So just keep in mind, it's safe to update. If you have any problems, restore your website to before you did the update. And that's about it for updates. So hopefully you guys found this useful. If you did, definitely share it, like it, and subscribe to the channel so that you get notification when I put out my next video. And as always, Unique is out.